Welcome to Tameka's Kitchen. Hi, welcome to the first episode of Tameka's Kitchen.
Okay, so let's get right into this video. Auntie, it's your first episode. Are you excited?
Very, very, very excited.
Will you tell the audience what you're cooking for us today?
Okay, so today I'm doing garlic shrimp mac and cheese with sweet chili chicken wings, along with some steamed veg on the
chicken look
side.
clean, don't it?
And we are going to enjoy.
For the onions that I did not dice myself.
Okay. So first, I already have some water on the stove boiling for my pasta. I'll be using macaroni elbows. First, I'm gonna put a little bit of salt into my water. Then I'm gonna add some olive oil into the pot. This avoids sticking.
For those who didn't know that, the olive oil helps your pasta from sticking at the bottom of the pot.
You don't have to use olive oil. You can use any oil, vegetable oil or canola oil, whatever, but I prefer to use olive oil.
Any oil, guys, any oil. So when did you start cooking?
Since I was about 12, because I grew up in Jamaica, so we used to, as kids, we used to get together and we usually make dishes. We usually cook for each other, and that's where it started for me.
How did you like it in Jamaica?
I like growing up in Jamaica. It's different from in the United States, but it was good for me because stuff that I get to do there, I didn't do it. Kids here don't get to do it. I could go outside, I could play, I could go to my neighbors, I could do stuff like that freely. Kids here don't have that privilege.
So when did you realize that you wanted to cook?
I mean, after I was in high school, I realized that I wanted to I like cooking, because when I was in junior high school, I remember doing culinary arts, which will allow me to do cooking and dressmaking. That's what we call it back home, like designing. We call it dressmaking. So that's where it all started. That's when I started developing the love for cooking, and now I am just trying to take cooking to another level. Now that my water is boiling, which I added salt and olive oil, I'm gonna be adding 1.5 pounds of macaroni elbow to cook. So I'm gonna put it in there. That's 1 pound, and I have a 1/2 pound over here. Then you're gonna stir your pasta so that it doesn't stick. Give it a stir, and then you can cover it. Pasta doesn't take long to cook, so like probably 8 minutes it will be ready. In the meantime, while my pasta is being cooked, I'm going to go ahead with seasoning my shrimp with my homemade seasoning, all-purpose, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, some adobo. These are black pepper, but these are like the fresh ones, but I didn't grind it. So I'm gonna put like 1.5 tablespoons of it on the shrimp.
While Tameka is getting to cooking the shrimp, I'll be asking her some fun facts about herself. So would you like to tell the people about your birthday and your zodiac sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
And your birthday is? And your birthday is?
I am a Capricorn.
She's a December baby Capricorn. Do you have any children?
One. I have a daughter. She's 4.
Her name is Sapphire.
Her
She's
name
the sweetest thing.
Sapphire. Jerk seasoning. I use the mild. Not everybody likes spice. So I'm gonna stir this very, very well. So after I give this a stir, I'm gonna let it sit for like 1/2 hour. In the meantime, I'm gonna add seasoning to my chicken wings that are already prepped, already clean and washed with vinegar. It takes away that extra gooiness from the chicken, and it takes away that smell, and it helps to make the fat easier to take off from the meat. I'm going to use my soup, and I'm gonna add like 2 full spoons of this to my chicken wings.
Is that the same season applied to your shrimp?
Yes.
Same
This is the same. You can smell the onion, the garlic, the powder, everything. in the mixture.
And your onions, I like how you chop them. It's nice.
Yes, I normally do my onions and my garlic with my hands. I don't use anything else. So I'm gonna check on my pasta. And I'm gonna stir it. Now I'm going to light my stove for the shrimp. Shrimp doesn't take a long time to cook, so you don't want to have it on the stove for too long. For me, like when the seafood cook too long, it gets a little bit hard. I don't know if everybody have that same experience, but for me, when you cook the seafood too long, it tends to get hard. Like lobster, shrimp, fish is not bad, but lobster and shrimp especially, yes. For me, the longer it stays on the fire, the harder it tends to get.
Yeah, for me, for shrimp, the same thing too. It gets dried up.
Yes.
And usually it's just hard.
Okay, so my pot is on the stove at medium height, and I am going to add some olive oil. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to my pot. Because you don't want the olive oil to get too hot. Try to keep it at a nice medium heat. You don't want it to kill the purpose of the olive oil. Now I'm going to prepare my batter for my chicken wings. So Diamond, come. So I'm going to add 3 cups of flour. And I'm gonna add again some of my homemade seasoning.
When you add your seasoning to the flour, it gives your batter a nice flavor for a nice crust with your chicken. It's very good.
So I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons. Because remember, the chicken already has seasoning, so you don't want it to be soft. So I'm gonna add, this is my trick, I add 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
What does that do?
To me, it gives it 1.5 teaspoons. To me, it gives that light crunch on the chicken. So I'm gonna turn my shrimp low. Now I'm going to add my shrimp. So I'm gonna bring back my fire to medium, and I'm going to start stirring my shrimp. This is 1 pound of medium pre-cooked shrimp, so it doesn't need to be on the fire for a long time. So you let your shrimp cook for like 5 minutes. Checking on my shrimp. And they are smelling and looking beautiful. Smelling real good and looking real good. So I'm gonna turn on my pasta now. So in the meantime, my oil is hot, and I am going to start dropping my chicken wings. I'm gonna shake off the excess flour mixture, because then it will make the bottom of the pot have all that dust, and then it will burn, and then it will go onto the chicken, and you don't want that. Okay, so now I am going to actually take the shrimp from this pot and put it in here. Same pot onto the fire, and I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of butter. So I add 1 tablespoon of butter, and I'm gonna let it melt. Okay, now I am going to drain my pasta. So I'm gonna drain my pasta over here. Alright, so I've just drained my pasta. So now I'm gonna add some of my ingredients. First, I'm going to add my shrimp. And I'm gonna add the sauce. The sauce is going in there. This is called juice. Okay, this is juice. Okay, to my butter. Remember, I told you guys I'm making garlic, shrimp, mac and cheese. So you have to have that garlic flavor. Right here, I have 1 small onion and 3 cloves of garlic and 1 small onion. So I'm gonna put it into my pot, into my butter. I'm gonna stir that and let it cook into the butter. I'm gonna try to cook it out as much as possible because some people don't like the taste that we biting on garlic and onion. In the meantime though, Diamond, you could turn the chicken to my pasta. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter. I'm going to also add a little bit of Alfredo sauce because I like when my macaroni and cheese have a taste that I don't need nothing else to eat it with. I could just eat it by itself. So I'm gonna add a little bit of Alfredo sauce, like half a cup. Hold on, let me get it open. So as I said, I'm gonna add a half a cup of this into it. Now, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I like when it also have a nice little caramelized brown color to it. Just like that. Yeah, I like when it has color. You see it's getting well soft. You see that? I love that. Now I'm going to turn my stove off and I'm going to transfer it over here into my mixture. Now I'm going to add half a cup of milk. Regular whole milk is fine. If you want to have a milk that you prefer or you're lactose intolerant and you want to use something different, that everybody has their choice. Whatever works for you, works for you. Now into this, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon, of my seasoning. Okay, that's perfect. I don't need nothing more. Good? Oh, good. Yeah. So now I am going to add some cheese, mozzarella, and sharp shredded cheese mixed together. Pan for my mac and cheese. Normally I would use a spray, but I don't have any spray, so I gotta go old fashioned. So you gotta make sure you grease the corners, the bottom, and the sides of your pan, because you don't want your nice mac and cheese to be hard to come out, you know? This is where the greatness starts. You see all this greatness right here? Yep. This is how I layer my mac and cheese. Guys, this smells great. So now I'm going to put some cheese over it. See that? That's goodness. That's goodness. Alright, now that it's ready, we're gonna put it in the oven. My oven is preheated already at 300 degrees. I'm gonna bring it down to like 250, put it in, and watch it while it's finished. So now we're going to get down to our steamed veggies. A bag of mixed veggies from your local grocery store, whichever mixture of vegetables you like. Some people like peas, some people like corns, mixed, you know, whatever you like, you could get. But I'm using this today. Okay, now I'm going to add some butter to my pot for my sauteing veg. I'm going to take my veggies and I'm going to put it in there. And I'm gonna add a little bit of my mixture, like about a teaspoon, just a little bit on it. And I'm gonna stir my butter in. I'm gonna cover my pot. Here I have some pre-made chili sauce from my local grocery store. I am going to be adding some browning to give it a little color. I'm going to be using a teaspoon, and I'm not going to pour a lot. I'm going to do a little by little until I get the color that I want it to be. A little bit of lime juice. It will give, you could use fresh lime if you would like to, of your choice. So I'm going to add 2 corkfuls. A little wow to me. Okay, so now I'm gonna be making my sauce. So I have my pot on low heat, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of butter to grease the bottom of the pot.
A little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit of butter. A spoon of butter. You know, like a spoon of butter, a cut of butter. Yeah. So now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some orange juice or apple juice. But today I'm gonna use apple. Remember, my stove is already on medium heat. Now I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more. Not on high, but in between medium and high. I'm gonna add some pepper flakes. Black pepper flakes, not chili pepper flakes. Black pepper flakes, just a few, so it gives it a little heat. See that? That's all I need. I don't need more than that. I'm just gonna let it simmer, but I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more and put it on high now, so that it could get a nice texture. You don't want your sauce too thin, because then when it's too thin, it doesn't stick to the chicken. It just runs right on. Look at this. Just look at this. The color is amazing. Take my chicken wing individually, and
what are we
I'm
gonna
going to
do,
put
Mom?
it in. So now our veggies are finished. Our veggies over here finished, and our mac and cheese is finished. Now it's time to dine, and I can't wait. My mouth is calling this food. Oh my god, guys, this is delicious.
Guys, this macaroni it's nice and hot. The cheese is right enough, good taste. The onion, the shrimp. And this goes right along with the broccoli, so it's a good blend. 10 out of 10.
Thank you. The vegetable shrimp is so, you could bite, I'm biting into the shrimp. Let me taste my veggies now.
Stop eating. I'm trying to tell you guys. I just can't stop.
Guys, thank you so much for watching the first episode of Tameka's Kitchen. Please remember to
like,
comment, share,
and subscribe.
and don't forget to hit the
notification
notification bell.
Thanks for
Keep
watching.
Keep watching.
I hope
See
you
you
guys
next
enjoyed this.
time on Tameka's Kitchen.